Welcome to 2026. We are back at the table for a whole new series. Episode, countdown. What do we call it? I don't know. But we back. I am so excited because listen, we got some magnificent things planned for you guys in 2026. First off, we have to start off by saying Happy New Year. Blessings be upon each and every one of you. When you tap into Detroit Table Talk, we just speak blessings over you and your family. Now, I wasn't here on my birthday last week, Sunday, but I'm here today. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Listen, I'm still celebrating the whole Capricorn season. And if I feel like it, after Capricorn season. So I don't know who's next, but Aquarius is next. So yeah, I'm still in Capricorn season.
I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart.
You okay? So Capricorns is in the house. We have had an awesome time off. We, the holiday season, and super producer Rico went out of town and celebrated his holiday. He ain't taking nobody with him. He left us here. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know nobody. I'm just saying.
He left us here. I know. Yeah, that's our guest in the background.
Sorry.
I didn't pull her up yet, but that's our guest in the background, But we have Miss CC Gooden here. Oh my God, this is my baby. I got y'all, but this here is my baby. When I first met her, she was doing a podcast, Lux Talk, and I was walking past, and I said, "Who is that girl?" And Miles started telling me about her, and then I went and I said, "Hey," I introduced myself. I love her personality. I absolutely loved her personality. So I knew that she had to be on Detroit Table Talk. This is her third time here. Yep. This is your third time at the table. The first time you came, yes.
Was it just me and you?
It was just me and you.
Right.
And then the second time you came, it was just me and you. And you helped me read my book, my children's book.
Yes. Okay,
Let's Be Friends.
It was 2 times.
And then she's back today. Listen, Cece is an acclaimed actress, writer, producer, and media personality. If you guys have not went to her page, please go to her page, subscribe, especially Instagram.
Yes.
Now she does something that I really, really like. What is it called about the angels?
Oh, CC Guardian Angels.
CC Guardian Angels. hilarious. Okay, please go over there.
My
She is
therapy.
known for her independent films like Captured, People Move,
People movers. Yeah.
People Movers, and The Simp.
Yeah, I'm like the first scene.
The first
So
scene.
a lot of people kind of recognize me from there.
Okay. But she also wrote and started in her own executive produced film. It's hitting the charts. It's at the top. What about your friends?
Yes.
That's what we're gonna be discussing today.
My cheeks hurt.
I am so
excited.
excited. Listen, she came on the last time. You were telling me that you were in the end of writing the film.
Okay.
And it was getting ready to be sent off somewhere.
I think no, it was already done.
It was done.
But we probably was waiting to send to submit it.
Yep, to submit
Yes,
it.
because we had already shot it. So it took so long.
But guess what?
Here.
We are here.
It's here.
We are here. People don't understand the work that goes into a project like that. I am super proud of you. I can't say it enough how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
And I don't want to cry because it's not even my film and I'm not even in it. But I am about Black woman, Black girl, magic. But Black woman magic. Because she's a woman over here. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I started watching her, and when I'm telling you, when I seen her, I said, God has his hands on her. And I wanted to stick around to be able to watch. And the flower that's inside of you that's blooming is so beautiful.
Ooh,
it's so beautiful. I am so excited with your future.
Thank you.
Your future looks good on you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Listen, we have to get into this movie. Because, baby, I'm telling you, I have watched this movie at least 5 times.
Are we live?
We are live.
Let me make sure I'm sharing this now. I want to make sure.
Let y'all give her a second and let her share.
I just want to make sure
I have watched this movie at least 5 times, and it's phenomenal.
I love now. That's my favorite thing that you've watched it multiple times.
I watched it multiple times. As a matter of fact, I watched it again this morning. So it would have been a 6. I watched it again before I came. And I've just been listen, I don't care. It doesn't cost you anything to share.
Support is free.
And matter of fact, it don't even cost you anything to watch. Just hit Tubi and go on over there and click on the movie. What about your friends? I have shared it in so many groups. I have shared it. Listen, I even go to these celebrities because the things that we are doing, the celebrities wasn't doing before we started doing it. Now everybody and their mama got a podcast.
Everybody.
So because they got a podcast, I'm sharing on their page.
Period.
Period.
Yes.
What about your friends?
I love that you watched it multiple times. But I see that's the biggest compliment.
6 times, baby. And
that was the
listen,
goal.
and I'm gonna keep watching it because especially when you know somebody that has written it and produced it and starring in it, how do you not go and watch it?
Thank you.
I'm to the point like this, even when it comes to rappers and music and stuff like that, it don't cost you nothing to go to subscribe to them on YouTube or whatever it is. Even put it on. And if you can't sit there and you doing something in the house, put it on and let it play.
My homegirl Kaya, she in Cali, she from here. I just saw her recently. One of her songs is always in my rotation. And then she had seen me some new stuff. But I'm like, girl, this is platinum in my house. Okay.
This is how we're gonna advance. I was about to say in the kingdom, but it is part of the kingdom. Because when they talk about the 7 mountains, entertainment is part of God's kingdom. So this is how we advance, especially in our culture. We chip in and we help each other. We support each other. We watch, we share, we suggest. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, we encourage the people. We encourage them. Now, I got a whole lot of questions. I stayed up and watched, and I stayed up and wrote some questions. Tell us what inspired you, the story. Or just tell us the story behind What About Your Friends?
Oh, the story, girl.
It was this whole story.
I'm working on not being long.
And we wait for the second one because the way it ended, we know is a part 2.
Okay, so
what inspired you?
Okay. The way my brain works.
We love it.
I don't know if I would love for people to tell me if their brain works like this too. I'm a bunch of stories. I have so many different stories that can just be told. But at the time when I decided to write a movie, I took the idea, the template was from a situation from one of my friends who I was dating.
Okay.
And God rest his soul. It's at the end of the movie, you see, or whatever his name. And I dated his best friend in high school for like 2 weeks.
Okay. That don't count, but go ahead.
17 and then 30 something years old in a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was, I took something so like minute, like, you know, it was a little tension within the group because it was so stupid. But I just took that because I knew other situations where I do know of people who have been in those situations and they end up being together for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell that side of it. So all I did was just took something small and just dramatized it. But also
dramatized it.
I dramatized.
Oh, come on, CC.
I dramatized that. But then I took my relationship, me and my ex.
Okay.
Our characteristics, not everything, but a lot of them are on the characters. So there's just little bit. If you're my friend, you know where I place in a lot of the parts of the movie. So I just created that. That was the story though. That was the template. Like, all right, I want to tell the story about what happens when you decide to, all right, I know this friend may got feelings for her, but I want to pursue something. So I don't care how you feel.
Yeah.
Because this one seems more important.
Yeah.
I want to see this through. And I just told like what happens on a higher scale.
Now listen, before we get to the next question.
Okay.
Yeah, we got wine here.
Because I already had some.
Okay.
I feel ready.
I just want to give a toast to CC for her first film and for many to come.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm drinking wine. Go tell your mama. I don't care.
Tell your mama and your daddy.
Woo. Okay. Woo. What message or theme do you want to convey when it comes to What About Your Friends?
Oh my goodness, it's a lot. It's a lot of messages. This is not just a movie. It's toxic as hell, of course.
It's so toxic.
But it's not just to be toxic. I want people to see how one come with the decisions that they make. You know, there's trauma bonding in there. You know, I told somebody, I said, it's progressive toxicity going on in here, okay?
Yeah.
Because you know, my people are in therapy. We got self-awareness kings and queens in here. And so I just wanted I wanted to talk about, you know, in life, how people want love so much.
Yeah.
How much they're willing to just say, hey, forget people that they care about. That's how much they are willing to like sacrifice. I wanted to talk about how you end up in relationships or situations or friendships with people because you were in a dark place and that's who you were attracted at that time.
Okay.
And those are bonds that
good.
you continue to take on with you, like a Veronica and Derek, and that's somebody she would have never normally would have talked to.
Yeah.
But she was in such a dark place. Her dad passed and then he could relate.
Yeah.
Then a bond is formed and you're building off of that. And that's only it. And then
I don't think a lot of us realize that that's what we do in everyday life.
Yeah.
We trauma bond with people that was never supposed to be in our life for an extended period. But because of the unhealed places in our life, we connect and we make hurt relationships become priority relationships.
Every connection is not meant to be nurtured.
Yep.
You know, and I had to learn that myself as well. And it's just like you find people like, oh my God, we're just alike.
Yeah.
Or I love astrology. So I'm like, oh my, I see my fire sign, especially my Sagittarius. Like, what's that? Oh my God. Or you see, you know, you get excited. But just because you guys like bond in that moment, that doesn't mean that's supposed to be something that's supposed to be fulfilled, especially if you got to get to know people as well.
Yeah.
I talk about that toxic friendship that when people don't understand why you're friends with this person, but y'all may have been friends for years. There's things about this person where you just hold on to them. You hold on to maybe something that they did 10, 20 years ago, but they may have been trash to you sometime after that, but you're holding on to them because their grandfather then. It's so many different like layers to, you know.
Were you a healed person when you wrote this? Or
no.
Were you not? Okay.
Oh, child, what?
Okay.
No, I got somewhat healed like last year.
Okay.
Like it's fresh. So I was like I was in the thick of it. So when I wrote it, I was in a mourning stage.
Okay.
Because my friend Brian had passed and my friend Brittany had passed.
Okay.
They both died 3 months from each other.
I remember.
And then he was helping me with her death, and then he turned around. So it was a lot going on, girl. Woo! And then I had an accident that's where the story had already came to me anyway. I always have like, oh, that could be a story. But that was something I wanted to really go into.
Yeah.
But I didn't begin writing until after I had my car. And I had, all right, God, sit me down, child, let me sit down.
And do something.
And that's when I did. So I definitely, my goal though was to create an indie classic that people come back to. Okay. So that's why I say when people say they watched it multiple times, that's the goal, because I feel like if, right now, Detroit got the indie, scene on lock, but how many of these movies that's coming out every week can you remember the names of?
Oh, we don't remember What About Your Friends?
How many can you go back to? I said, if we have now like the resources, we got the visual, the sound, let's have a good story. I want, like, I'm still watching The Best Man, the Boomerangs, Why Did I Get Married, the brothers and stuff, like The Wood, There's so many classics that we all go back to.
Yeah.
I want to me, Tubi reminds me of like the straight to DVD, but there were still classics. Like Blue Avenue, Blue Avenue was a classic.
I don't think I saw that.
You never saw that? Girl, you gotta watch it. That guy, Alan Payne. The people gonna know Blue Hill Avenue, but using that as an example of that may have been a straight to DVD at the time, but that's like a classic, right?
Yeah.
Or just to me, that's how Tubi reminds me of. So it's like, well, how many movies can you name that you kind of, let me go put this on.
Yeah.
Or just watch it multiple times. So that was the goal for me. I'm like, why? I want something where people could just kind of come back to and they can relate to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like if I had to give the film
now?
a 5 out of 5, I think I would have to give it a 5 out of 5, like all the way down. When it comes to the visual, when it comes to sound, when it comes to the cinematology, everything I would have to do a 5 out of 5. Now, what was intriguing to me was the actual title to What About Your Friends? What made you name it What About Your Friends?
I didn't know that there were two other, y'all. It's 2 other movies called What About Your Friends. That got some of our favorite people in it. I did not know that, right? In the script, the character Trey, he says that to Denzel's character Jordan.
Right.
Where he was like, ain't nothing here for me in Atlanta. He's just like, what about your friends? Like, he did that, right? So me, of course, I reviewed the script multiple times before I sent it to Will. And so I couldn't think of a name, but I've always put that as the title, like, just What About Your Friends? Type. Just, that was just like that line. I just added that.
But we love it because it also connects to one of our favorite TLC.
So if the original, it says What About Your Friends TBD, to be determined.
Okay.
Because I didn't know if Will would have kept the name or not. But that was just something I'm like, I'm just gonna put that. Plus, in my mind, I'm like, it is like What About Your Friends? And then it's easy, it's marketable too, because we can use it because we ain't gotta worry about paying nobody because it's on Instagram. So it's like we can use the real. But when I tell people the name of it, they be like, they start singing What About Your Friends?
Exactly.
Y'all, it's 2 other movies like that. It's what Melinda Williams, I think Lark Voorhees may be in one. And is that the one with Monica Calhoun? I don't know Lark is in there, but Monica Calhoun for sure. And then there's one with Rudy. I never knew the name of neither one of these movies, but I always knew about those movies. Like one was in the 90s and one in the 2000s. I promise you, I had no idea.
I love the name.
Until we got on IMDb and I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, that's the name of it, So I was like, oh, that's interesting, but it's catchy. Everybody can remember it.
Now, listen, we always talk about the film and how good it was and what could have been adjusted and what could you improve on the next go round, because again, there will be a part 2. I'm speaking it into existence. Are we doing a part 2?
I'm working on it.
Okay. So she's working on
part 2 was always in mind when I wrote part 1.
Okay.
Because I didn't finish telling the story that needs to be told.
Okay.
We need to see the fallout of everything.
We do. God, we do.
You're gonna get. So I'm working on it.
So let's talk about the development process.
Okay.
Cece knows me. I cut no corners at all. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. So I'm asking questions because I don't know, and I don't think a lot of times the people who watch these films know. So when it comes to casting and characters, how did you go about casting the film?
Okay.
Were there any, standout moments that said, hey?
So actually the fun part of it was when I started writing the movie, mind you, when I was writing it, I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay.
I didn't have any intentions like, oh, I'm about to write it and I'm gonna put it on Tubi, because when I jumped back, this was 2021.
Okay.
I was out of the acting scene for a couple of years. I was doing podcasts. So I just started back filming with Trek. Shout out to Trek, and he had put me in like my first film in a couple of years. And so at the time, I'm learning about Tubi, the Tubi world.
Mm-hmm.
Not thinking about having a movie. When I met Will is when I auditioned for Capture. Carmen already wrote it for me, but just Will needed to see me. So
Okay.
I pitched it. So I'm learning like, oh, well, shoot, everybody got it. I can make a movie too.
Yeah.
And
I feel like as a podcaster, I'm making a movie too.
Yeah, that's kind of
it's coming.
It's kind of what it is. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be perfect.
Yeah, super producer Rico, you got my back. You got my back.
And I'm answering the question. It's just I'm letting you know how, like, in my mind originally it wasn't to me a big deal at the time, because it seemed like everybody else had one. So I'm like, oh, if these movies are out there, they'll love my stories for sure. I know I got that right. And so writing it, I didn't have nobody in mind, but I met Denzel in the middle of me writing it.
Young tenderoni.
Okay, and like I did.
He got a beautiful girlfriend. Let me say that. I'm
the girls love Denzel. They love Jordan. Okay?
I could be his mama, but I'm just saying he a young tenderoni.
So
he was all oiled up in that movie.
He was okay with the little dance. I put that in there with the little dance in there. Anyway, but when I met him, I was getting familiar with a lot of them. Mm-hmm. So I was a fan of his, like his acting. I don't care for a lot of people, but he was somebody I was like, oh, I see something, right? Yeah. We became cool. He knew about the script before everybody.
Oh wow.
He already knew about the story. I told him, I'm like, because I could see him being the character that I was already developing.
Yeah.
So in my mind, Denzel always was going to be Jordan. I didn't know. Will didn't have the script. I pitched it to him, like, of course, but I hadn't finished it.
Okay.
So I didn't know what, but I just knew if I was to do it, he's for sure Jordan, and that's all I had. So I started curating the character more towards his essence, which is why he was able to pull off the way he did, because I wrote it for. I essentially finished writing for
him. Mm-hmm. So that was my next question. I'm glad you kind of springboard us off to that place. So tell us a bit about the main characters and what they represent to the film.
So
we got Denzel, which is Jordan.
He plays Jordan. So Jordan, I wanted to create the lover boy. I wanted all the girls love him. All the guys hate him right now.
Yeah.
He did exactly what I knew he would do for the girls. Y'all fell for all the boys.
But he didn't do that for me. When I was looking at his character, I was so mad at what is her name? The girlfriend, Tina.
Tina.
I was so mad at Tina because I was sitting there like, girl, he playing you.
But
I was like, girl, don't let him do this to you. And then it was a manipulation twist to it. You know what I'm saying?
He played in her face for sure.
I already told you what it was. You know, I'm just paraphrasing because I want y'all to go see it.
Well, see, because and here's the thing. And Jordan, his character.
I'm so excited about this movie.
His character, he's a good guy. He is.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? I wanted to showcase that conversation between him and Tina because he's letting him know, like, hey, I told you before what it was. There is nothing wrong with the man. That's what we should want. Yes. I want you to tell me what it is. Don't pretend like it's something else, right? But
I want people to also look at it from another point. It's also manipulation because although he tells you what you want to,
he knows what you want.
He knows what you desire.
Want. So, you know, which goes what happened at the end. But like, that's another part of it. So that's huge as well. But then it's like he's letting her know though.
That you ain't healed.
Because
I can get this over on you.
She like, I understand, but what's the problem? Because in her mind, it's like,
what's wrong with me?
If we right. And he's letting her know like it's not you. But at the same time, it's like then she felt like it feels like it's something else. Because to her, she know it. It couldn't be me. It has to be something. But he's like, oh, it's nothing. So he playing in her face, but not intentionally because he really, in his mind, he's not trying to hurt her either. But she is somebody that he probably would be with. But he's still searching for.
But I want women to understand. I want women to understand. That is Mac Daddy manipulation 101. When a man continues to tell you, hey, I already told you what it is. I already told you what it is. Although he's being honest, and that's exactly what we want,
Mhm.
you know. But I also want women to understand how much they are valued.
You can't.
And not to go down that slippery slope with men. If he's telling you, hey, I'm out here and I'm enjoying my life, I'm seeing other people, I'm doing me,
Mhm.
and you desire somebody that is more exclusive, that
Tina
that love
and
you,
Jordan should have been done after the trip because of how he been. They should have been done there.
they should have been done. She should have never came back.
Exactly, and she should have never came back because he showed her time at the time, like, hey, this is cool where we are,
Mhm.
and then so it, but
And it'll
that
never
goes
be
to-
more.
But it's so sad because it goes to show how much women, we, of course, at the end of the day,
We just
I
wanna be
mean,
loved.
I don't want to we just want to be loved, and I'm not saying, I mean, if people, as people, we just want somebody to give a damn,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and so because this is somebody that was a note I gave Grace too. When because we shot that anniversary scene. That's, people don't know that's 2 days that
Wow.
at the end.
Wow.
And we had already shot the huge scene already. And so I gave her that note. I'm like, girl, listen, you've been wanting him,
Mhm.
Jordan.
Mhm.
That's he nice looking. He got a good job, Savannah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is who you want to be with, and you've been waiting for him to commit, and he finally does. And you overhear, and this is in clip, so he overhears him say, like, well, if the one I want don't want me, I'm gonna have to.
So you second best.
You second best, but at the end of the day, he kind of, sometimes you, maybe some, for women, and I can relate to this, you hurt your own feelings, you gotta actually hear it.
Yes.
Because you want to see what you want to see, and she wanted to believe
Hear
it because
what you are hearing,
but
not
then-
what you want to hear.
but also at the same time, let's say, for instance, okay, I know if I'm Tina, I know what it is, right? Okay, yeah, I got on my feelings a little bit because I get excited because I love how we are.
Yeah.
And then you finally come back and you want me to go with you to Atlanta. Of course, I'm gonna be like, oh wait, he must mean business. This is a whole nother step. And then you hear that shit, hell yeah, she coming in there and shooting up the place.
But I tell you, and
can't
I'm
play
just
with
an
women's feelings
advocate.
like that.
Yeah, I'm just an advocate, especially when you know that a woman is really, really in love with you and will do anything for you. And you know you have no desire to be with that woman because she can't make the decision. I feel like a real man should make the decision for her. I'm going to remove myself because I know you're not strong enough to make that decision.
There's a lot of self-worth issue going on.
And I know
in
it's
the
ego
movie.
stuff.
It is, but I wanted to, I'm glad we're talking about it because it also showcases that it doesn't matter how pretty you are.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter how other people perceive you. If people in your life that you care about don't look at you the way that you feel like you should be looked at, it does something to you. So if it's just like, well, if nobody around me treats me like I'm this
worthy,
how can I make the decisions that supports that I am this?
And we've seen in those toxic relationships with the friend.
We could go into that. So, but don't be Tina. Like, if you know you want a relationship and this man is not committing and that's not what it is, then it's best to get out of it because it's
in the beginning.
Because I want somebody that's sure about me immediately.
I feel like that's something like the Bible tells us not to hold fire in our bosom because we're going to get burned. If a man tells you that up front, that is your exit. That's your
tell you and show you.
That's your exodus. That's the place that you need to exit stage left because you stay in it, you're only hurting your own feelings. Because like Jordan said, I told you.
Yeah.
Now, and then he tried to come back and say, well, do you want us to take a break again? Knowing darn well, because I'm all mad now.
But I get mad at men though, and I've been having this argument recently, and I've been having this argument when I have my podcast, and I say, when you're like a Tina who, like, okay, you know she wants something, and maybe you know sex is great, everything, you like the energy, but you also know what comes with it. The conversation she had, like, I'm irritated with he said the court, here she go on that shit again. Or how about if she started doing crazy stuff, the guys will still deal with you, and people will say, well, she let him. But if you know that she wants more, and you also know that she kind of get a little crazy, at what point are you going to be the one to step away? If she ain't taking accountability for her own shit, how you going to make sure you don't end up on Snap?
But that's
because we don't know who the hell got popped in that goddamn Jordan got popped in the shoulder.
But that's why I say I think it's coming upon him to say, let me make this decision for her because I don't really want to hurt her. Now, before we go any further, I want to show the trailer. Okay. Because I want people who have not seen it to get excited about seeing it. Because I'm telling you, I've watched it 6 times, with the time I watched it before we got here.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
And then there's conversations that can come out of this film.
So much. That's the beauty of it. That's what I love.
Come on, Rico, show them because I'm mad now at Jordan.
Weak ass relationship. There's no intimacy, no excitement, no nothing. I'm losing my mind.
I bust my ass every day so she could live good. And all she could do was complain.
Well, when is the last time you took her anywhere, though?
I'll be there tomorrow to take care of all that.
I mean, this dude, he not treating you right, B. You deserve better. Do you know how hard it is to watch my best friend leave the love of my life? We start a whole new life. Just me and you.
You want to tell me what your problem is?
It's Toya
Okay.
in the movie.
So listen, y'all can call in. And give y'all opinion. Now, I'm mad at Jordan.
Okay, why we mad at Jordan?
Let's pick
Hey,
back
Jordan
up.
ain't shit. I
I'm
ain't gonna lie
mad
to
at
you.
Jordan.
I was watching it the other day. I was just
But-
like, God damn, Jordan.
But I also am not saying that she didn't play a huge part in that.
Mhm.
It's her fault, not just on what about your friends, but in life, ladies, it's your fault. And I hate to say that, but it is what it is. Ladies, it's your fault if you stay and be manipulated, misused, abused, and everything. It's your fault, especially when you have friends that are trying to, give you the heads up. What's the young lady name? Real life, Ebony.
Yeah.
What's it?
Toya.
Toya. Listen.
And she killed Toya.
She
Ebony killed Toya. Like being Kelsey with Toya was fun. The friend that had
she was
sense.
one of the realest ones.
She
in the
was.
movie. I love her role.
To end on Tina, so we can pivot to other characters.
Okay.
I just want to say though, I'm not gonna fault Tina all the way because when he broke up with her and he came back, he clearly had to come back with something. So in her mind,
But he did. He came in with the same bullshit.
well, no, he came back with, "Hey, I'm going to Atlanta if he decides to move." To her, she's like,
Oh, he got his stuff together.
he's got it together because sometimes though you
No.
sometimes you may meet somebody
No.
at the wrong time,
No,
right? You don't
Mm-mm.
think so?
no, ma'am.
I think sometimes I feel like
No. no. No.
I just feel like
because
he
where was
had
the conversation, and we didn't get to see
we
it.
didn't get to
But
see
the
it, but it had
conversation
to
about
be.
okay, we're going to Atlanta. What does that look like? What
But
does
it
that
had
mean?
to be. I feel like it had to be a serious conversation because in Jordan's mind, he lost Veronica. So in his mind, the next best thing. It sounds messed up, but honestly speaking, a lot of people don't want to admit this, but y'all don't even realize y'all are the next best thing in y'all relationships because the person, whether man or woman, couldn't be with the one that they truly wanted. And people ego can't really necessarily take that all the time
Yeah.
because it just is what it is. And so,
Or he's still talking about let's just see where this goes.
I mean,
As
also,
women, we hear that a lot.
but also too, in the end, if Veronica wasn't remember how he told her, he got a lot of nerve. He said, "Take me out the picture, look at you and Derek," which was accurate.
Yeah.
But if we could say the same thing, let's take Veronica out the picture. What does that look like for you in Tina anyway? But yeah, before
so what
Tina,
does the
though-
other characters represent?
Okay, so
But that was the character that really got me hot. But and your best friend,
Veronica, Kelsey.
Veronica.
So Veronica is the woman who she represents when we hear people say, I always say this, if you're gonna put up with a man bullshit, make sure you got to be something else you're getting out of the deal besides tears.
Okay.
If you're not going to leave, at least be taken care of. I can't be stressed financially and emotionally, right?
Yeah.
So here you got Veronica, who most women we would say, well, shit, if somebody was taking care of all the bills, that's how you hear Kelsey like, he's taking care of you, you can do whatever you want. But she also represents somebody who is just not with somebody because of what they can do for her. Because clearly, you guys, I don't know if you can see that, but Veronica may have grown up in the very well-to-do life.
Yeah.
So she never had struggling has never been a thing for her.
Yeah.
But it's more to life than that. And for her, she wants to be married. She wants the
more.
kid, and she's lacking intimacy in this relationship. You don't even see him on her, like kiss her or nothing. Like she's stressed out. So
does she remind you of Rahab in the Bible? The hoe that wanted more?
So like, because I do not know all the stories in the Bible, I am not. Do I love the Lord? Hallelujah. Yes, I do. I'm still working on it and I'm still reading. So I'm not familiar with that story. However,
she was just a hoe in the Bible, but inside of her, she did her thing, but inside of her, she really wanted more
She's
out of
not
life.
She's not promiscuous either, though.
She was sleeping with two people.
Well, not on purpose. So that's how we gotta walk you too. Listen.
Not on purpose. I love it.
Because in her mind, that's why her intentions was different than Jordan's, because at least he knew how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
She never truly she never let whatever could have been with Jordan be anything more than that.
Yeah.
So in her mind, she never really was looking. She just knew, though, that's somebody that is a good guy. I want him to be happy. Damn, I wish Derek was like that. But I wanted to show, this is something that I can relate to in a relationship where it's just like, we're just here. I'm unhappy. I'm stressed out. I'm not happy. Now I'm drinking a little more because I hate it here. Okay. And now I'm over here bouncing around. That's what that was. It doesn't matter if she's being taken care of. Men think just because you don't have to pay bills that you should be happy. But it's like, it doesn't mean anything if you're not spending time with me. There's nothing there. You're not supportive. You don't even know what I do.
Yeah.
And so you're judging me for drinking early. Right. The fuck? I mean, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
You know, so that's who Veronica was, right? Derek, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's my favorite character.
What does Derek represent?
Yeah, we call that Negro shenanigans on Lux Talk. I'm just myself and all. Derek is my favorite. I love what Matt did because Matt put a different, extra spin on the character that I didn't even have. It was a blank canvas for me.
Okay.
And so he's such an asshole. My favorite, the difference between him and Jordan would be, remember when he proposed to her? Mm-hmm. So then he like, take these clothes off. I want to see you with the ring on. Girl, that's typical Derek, because you know Jordan is never coming like that
ever.
But that's how Derek is. It's not a lot of romance.
Welcome to Detroit Table Talk.
Oh. Well, hey, it's Rhea. Hey, Karma. Hey, CC.
Raw but Real podcast in the house.
Y'all know I'm over here throwing the phone like, y'all better get on Kelsey character. I'm trying not to say all of the movies. I'm in the comments blowing up. But Kelsey, see, y'all gonna come on up off of Tina.
Okay.
I know, right?
Tina, like, and shout out to Grace Soul, because I'd say I use her real name, but that's my baby. But now this Kelsey, young lady, because you the writer, so I got to blame you.
Me?
Kelsey was a mess. I don't care. Kelsey,
a whole mess.
Kelsey was missing
an entire.
Y'all live
a whole. Y'all have to watch. Anybody that has not seen this movie, shame on y'all. Because I just want to talk about it, but we can't.
We can't because we want people to go and see what about your friend
without the twist. We can still talk about Kelsey without the twist, though. We can still talk about her. Yeah,
we could talk about her.
She was definitely gave off hater vibes.
Yes. And I'm like, why? But we all have a friend. We all know somebody. That's what I love about it, CC. Mm-hmm. Every character is, whether we want to realize it or not, is somebody you can relate to.
Yes.
You have a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You have a friend that you either know you are that person or you know somebody that is that person.
Kelsey. So I was able to really, really, truly relate. I even relate to Kelsey on certain things. Yeah. Not like everything, but
everybody is, and it's kind of like, I almost felt like she never brought it up or, certain things because it wasn't a big deal. But it was a big deal.
Kelsey she says what she says. She doesn't care.
But she wasn't saying the right stuff. She wasn't really dealing with the root issues.
Well, she was like,
correct.
Even when it came down to her, like what we were just talking about, this is a perfect segue because when she's telling her, like, girl, you living good, like, what do you complain about? Because in Kelsey's mind, First of all, you ain't leaving him.
Yeah.
So
why are we
what's
talking
the
about this? Why are we having this dumb
But
conversation?
Kelsey was the one with the open. Can we say that part?
Wait, what you
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say?
we can say that part. We ain't gotta talk about the twist with you know who, but
Okay.
yeah.
But with having an open relationship, like being open,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look at, like she looking at it like, okay, well, you got all this at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dealing with somebody who's we doing our thing, but she really want what this person got. It was just a mess.
Okay, so
It was just a lot of different things going on.
That's
I
important.
love how you wrote it.
Wait a minute, I missed it. What
That's
you say?
important what you just said, because that's very important. I love that you just said that, because that's on purpose though. But
I'm a free to line, but I'm listening. Go ahead and
When you-
expound on that.
when
I'm
you-
listening.
when you say, you know, hey, this is somebody like she's having an open relationship with Trey,
Mhm.
the whole threesomes and all the other stuff.
Mhm.
But she just said, but she really want what Veronica have. So then that goes into more of, and we could Kelsey probably get more into her story later on,
Mhm.
but that goes to show clearly whatever she's doing, she's not happy. Even think about how the fact that she got mad at Trey for contacting the girl outside of that.
Yeah.
And then her being really upset about how she wants the whole, she's not living a life that necessarily that she wants to,
Mhm.
but that's expected of her.
Yeah.
So that you got girls like that all the time. They just doing something to just make the guy happy, but that's
And
not
they're
really
not
what she
really
wants.
dealing with, this is not really what I want.
Yeah.
You know, so is this a dick?
And so it's more for
Exactly.
it's more so.
Or is it that they make them feel good?
So let me. As far as what?
What is it with Kelsey? Like, was
Kelsey
it the
thing
dick, or
is-
was it I really like how he treat me outside of being with other women?
Kelsey, let me say something. I have a backstory for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the things that I have put in this first one is everything's gonna come to full circle. So without
Mhm.
giving too much of away, I can say for her, clearly I'll give you the clues that we do have.
Mhm.
What Trey said at the end. Oh, we used to have a good time with Kelsey. Oh, you were still I won't give it away.
Okay.
That part, right?
Okay.
It's like, but you still continue to have a relationship
Mhm.
with her. Why though, right? There had to be a reason.
Mhm.
So clearly there's some type of connection there. Kelsey may not necessarily feel all the way confident in that relationship, because it's almost kind of like well, why would you be with me? But since you're here. And then also her best friend. She loves her best friend.
Yeah.
That
was a weird way of showing
that-
her best friend
but-
that she loved her, but that was the only love that she knew how to give.
I'm a person in real life, me as Cecily CC, I'm able to see different sides of relationships, different sides of things. You can F me over and I can understand it. That doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
But I can see multiple sides, right?
Yeah.
And I have those friends where I know that they love me in the sense of if something happened to me, or I know if I could call them, I know they can pull up on me or something like that. You have to care about me to do that, because I ain't pulling up on nobody that I don't give a damn about.
Okay.
However, we all know people. I don't give a damn. Okay, yeah, all right, I won't piss on you if you don't fly. But we all know people who they do other things that don't necessarily support what a traditional friendship looks like.
Yeah.
And so with Kelsey and Veronica, the clues are there. It's always about Veronica. It's always about you. Or, girl, you always complaining you living a good life.
Which
Please
looked like
shut up.
jealousy.
Well, looks like jealousy, which it
Mhm.
could be. But then you have
And
to
Toya,
wonder.
is it Toya?
It was
Ebony. Ebony's character name.
Toya, yeah.
Toya. And it was
She pointed
Toya
that
that
out.
pointed that out when they were there at the spa,
Yeah.
you know.
Because that's what they're used to. That sounds like history though. You know, even at the beginning, there's a disdain there for Kelsey that everybody kind of have.
Mhm.
But they all friends from college though, so that means
Yeah.
they've been dealing with it.
Yeah. with
So
each
it
other for a
looks
while.
like Kelsey's the one that's gonna say something out of turn. So when Derek said Kelsey acting like nobody,
Mhm.
Kelsey's the one that just never cared, but I'm here and y'all not gonna do nothing about
Mhm.
it. However, it's more than just a jealousy thing, because you see her, she's cute, she's this, she's that, whatever.
I would have liked
Mhm.
for Kelsey to be more visible in the film.
So there is something so a part of I talk a lot, clearly, y'all.
Yeah.
So the movie had to get cut down
Okay.
because I talk too much. So the characters were talking too much.
Okay.
In the therapy sessions, though, this dick, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they shot it. I think it just got cut. You talk about Veronica and Kelsey relationship.
Mhm.
They knew each other from middle school. So their friendship goes back further than everybody.
Okay.
Just like I need y'all to look when you go back and watch the movie, or if it's your first time seeing it, look at the parallels between Kelsey
Mhm.
and all of them, because
There's a connection.
there's
between-
similarities.
Yeah.
The things that Jordan and Veronica were doing are decisions that two other characters wasn't able to do.
Mhm.
But if you notice, Jordan and Derek have a friendship go back before everybody's,
Mhm.
and Kelsey and Veronica have a friendship that goes back before everybody's.
Okay.
So the parts that got cut, Veronica have a history of staying obligated to people who've been there for her. So
Okay.
like what her and Kelsey friendship is based off of, and I can say this, their friendship started off with Kelsey being envious of Veronica because of the boy that she liked, and the boy likes her.
Okay.
And then Kelsey started some shit that Veronica ended up about to get jumped, but she felt bad, so she helped her.
Mhm.
Veronica in her mind thinking their friendship built off of, oh, Kelsey came in and helped me. She's always my girl. She's always gonna have my back. Not knowing that Kelsey is a little envious, just a little bit.
Mhm.
What happens when one friend has that type of envy towards you, but she likes you and loves you? That don't go away. I know that.
Right.
I
it
have
just
a
sits
friend
and festers.
that festers, and it comes out in other ways, and it's kind of hard to deal with when they've been there through your hardest times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they on some hater shit.
Yeah.
Like, girl, where you go?
Okay.
you-
Like anyway, whatever.
and dismissing you.
Yeah.
They dismiss
Yeah.
you and the things that you're going through because they
Yeah.
like, you have it all. Because maybe I have to work a little harder to get even a little bit of what you have.
Yeah.
So there, and then
But
yeah.
when we talk about the film, it touches on friendship, loyalty, and perhaps some hard choices that has to be made and discussed.
Mhm.
There was some darn gone conversations that need to be had,
Mhm.
and that's why too. That's why I love Toya part as well, because she wanted to have those darn conversations like, what you doing, what did you thinking, why are you doing this? Okay, I want to be no part of that.
I love Toya's
what
character.
Mhm.
Toya represents, because you got to have the balance. You
Yeah.
don't have the friend that don't necessarily give you the greatest advice. It's Kelsey.
Okay,
Because wherever she's at in life, that's where she's going to give you.
right.
Toya is the friend who has the healthy relationship. At least as far as there's no toxic things going on.
Right.
Because there's more than to a breakdown of relationships
Right.
and toxic shit, right? She's the one that's like, all right, girl. I love the fact that she let Veronica know this is getting heavy.
Yeah,
It's too much. We can't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's time for you to see somebody. Because that's important.
that is so important.
Because I've been here enough.
Yes, we've had the
It's-
same stupid conversation. This is above my pay grade.
But so I'm
At
willing
this
to. I'm
point-
here, but you're gonna need some outside.
Yes.
So that's important to let you know, like, it's only so much
Yeah.
though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so
I love that.
that's important.
And in real life, that's what we have to be to each other.
And be
At
honest
some
about
point, we have to say, all right, girl, you know what? I didn't try it. I didn't gave you some
Mhm.
advice and you don't seem to take it, because I don't want to be tied up.
Or
in
how
it.
about we don't?
And I don't want to lose my peace
We
in
don't
your
know
situation.
Toya and Jackson's life for real,
Yeah,
right? You don't get
right.
you didn't get a chance to see too much of that. We
Right.
just know that they're the couple that don't have nothing going on,
At
right?
this moment.
But we don't know what else Toya could be dealing with,
Mhm.
where it's like, I can't be there. I think it's important for friends. If I can't be, one of my best friends told another one of my friends, like, she was like, if you can't be available to her, say that.
Yeah,
Don't just
Yeah.
dismiss or just, you need to
Yeah.
have a conversation
that's
like,
important.
I can't fully can't take on this. So I love that. Also, Toya's the one, when she did figure it out, she's asking the hard questions.
Yeah,
She's also letting her know, like, girl, you late to the party. I've been knew that this
Yeah.
happened. I've been wondering. I've been trying to see what's going on. And
Mhm.
even when the shit was happening, like, she's letting her know, like, girl, that's what you want to do. She's honest. Like, I don't support this. I support you, but I don't support this. You can still support your friend, but not support the bullshit that she's doing. And you got to give your 2 cents. You can't force her to do what you want to do. So
Yeah,
Toya was a
yeah.
real one for sure.
Now, what particular social or cultural issues you wanted the film to address?
You said social issues?
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
The social or the culture?
I want to address the amount of gaslighting people that goes
Wow.
on, and that is,
That's major.
I'm being gaslit right now.
Okay.
I write my best when I'm in pain. Oh, I got some shit coming. But the amount of gaslighting that went on in this movie, because people are playing in people's faces, right? And I wanted to talk about.
Oh, I want to ask a question about playing in somebody's face, but go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, that's one of the huge things I want to talk about. It's not, people are just not cheating just because.
Yeah.
Because people say, well, just why not leave? It's not always that simple to just walk out, especially if y'all got things maybe tied to each other. But I want to talk about, hey, I've told this person several times what's going on. You're not hearing me, or how you can fall vulnerable to certain situations. I want to talk about like the trauma bonder that we talked about earlier. I want to talk about at what point are you going to let certain friendships that just put negative energy on you?
Yeah.
It's just so much. I want to go to, when you go to therapy, sometimes that was a real conversation. I had that conversation with a therapist before where it's just like, girl, what do you do? Like, I'll ask you a question. You ain't giving me no damn answers. I'm here solving mysteries myself.
Right.
But that's what the point of therapy is. My first short film ever was called Misunderstood, and it had something to do with therapy. It was based off of my conversations with therapists in real life, because it's just like.
So let's talk about behind the scenes, because I am not totally abreast to a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scene, and I don't think people understand. When I initially saw the film, and I seen a Will 3.
Will of the Third.
Will of the Third.
I think you go by the third.
Okay, Will of the Third production. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, no, this is CC movie. Okay, tell us, how does that go when it comes to production, when it comes to casting the characters, when it comes to people who help your dream come to fruition?
Okay.
You know, whether it's financially, whether it's their production company. Tell us about that. Okay,
so the good thing, like I said earlier, when I worked on the film Captured, that's so Will Lewis. Shout out to Will and Howard.
Hello, Will. I don't think I've met you before, but
Will
great movie.
And Keith. So Urban Simplex is the production company.
Okay.
So they've done B-A-G, Bad Girls 1 and 2, Rose Gold, Switch, Love Surfer Streets, which always does great.
Okay.
Rose Gold, and Captured, and People Movers.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of those.
That's all of those. That's it. So what happens, because I've worked with him multiple times at this point, he's the one I had the relationship with the most rapport.
Now he has a film company.
That's his company.
Okay.
Urban Simplex is the production company. So they're the ones who, hey,
that does the distribution.
They don't distribute. They produce it. They're the money.
Okay.
So if I say, hey, I have this script. If he reads it, he likes it, which he did.
And he puts his money behind it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So whoever, of course, puts up the most money, they can make the changes to whatever they want to make, whoever makes the most money.
Now, do the changes that they make, do it have to be something that the writer agrees with?
It doesn't have to be. That was something that
because
was
that's
discussed.
their money behind it.
Right. But if they say, hey, I want to change this, that's it. If you get with somebody that's like give courtesy, which I think one of the biggest changes that was made that was a disagreement, I think we did come to common ground, which is why y'all don't know what the hell going on at the end.
Okay.
Because I have part 2 in mind.
Okay.
So I feel like that was a common ground. But essentially speaking, in my mind, I'm with the production company who have successful movies.
Yeah.
And so
you gave them free reign, or you give them free reign? How do you not lose your writing, your baby, in the midst of trying to get finance for a project? Because we got a lot of people out here that are now trying to produce movies stuff, and they need to know this information.
I think that you have to do what's best for you and think of these things.
Yeah.
For me, I could just say what it was for me. One, okay, I couldn't be the lead. That wasn't that important to me at the time, right? My whole goal at the time, I thought I was going to be still moving to California. So I just wanted to get a movie produced so I could have passive income. Because in my mind, my movie was going to be a hit.
Okay.
So
and it is.
Thank you. So, but that's like, it was a no-brainer.
Okay.
So when you have to say, all right, what am I losing? What am I gaining?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm with a production company who have successful movies, I know that they're going to have the right equipment. It's going to
You're
get put together.
Right.
Right.
But can I stop you right there real quick?
Mhm.
Can we go back? Because right when you finished writing the film, take us step by step. You thought of Will. What did that conversation sound like when you went to pitch your movie to
Well,
him?
I pitched it after I auditioned as Moniece for Captured. We
Okay.
all went out afterwards after the auditions. And I was telling him, I talk a lot, so I know he was
That's
over
what I'm saying,
here.
but cut these answers down
No,
because
I am.
I want you to. We
But-
got more questions.
But no, what I'm saying is, though, I know
I
I
just want
talk too
people to
much.
know the
So
steps.
I'm pretty sure I was getting on his nerves
Mhm.
because we over here listening to music, we having a good time, he whatever,
said
and
you
I'm
trying
over here trying to tell him about the movie.
Uh,
So that's how that came up.
Okay.
And he was telling me like, then it's important to be more behind the scenes anyway,
yeah.
because that's where the money is.
Okay.
And since I was already doing that, so that's how that happened. Boom. I worked
So
on
you
my
pitched
second
it to
film.
him.
By that point, by the time it was time for me to send it to him, we had already worked together twice. I've already been around him
So
several
before
times.
you send it to him, do you do what do they call it? You write up something that says, "Hey"?
No, I got a script, and here you go.
Okay, but is that the correct thing to do? Because I want people to know. The
I don't
steps.
know because we gotta understand.
Because it's just okay.
This
just
is not
but listen.
Hollywood, so the way that Detroit do things is unorthodox.
Right, but I'm talking about the business behind it. I want
Mhm.
people to do stuff the right way. So when you send your script, do you first send something saying, "Hey, nothing about the script can be duplicated, used, or produced outside of me"?
So I will tell you this: it's different because I trust Will enough to not take my
Right,
script.
but what if you don't trust
I'm about
Will?
to tell you. I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Listen, I'm about to tell you. So because me, that was fine because right.
Yeah.
But they do have a clause where you can have a form that you can send people out like an NDA type of thing.
Okay,
Where
okay,
you can say, that puts it in place where, or you get you should get your scripts copywritten too. I would suggest that too.
okay,
So there are ways to go about that. And
okay.
then you let the person that you're sending to sign. So that way, if anything in the future happens, you can have proof that, hey, they have privy to the script and they're using my information. That just protects you.
Okay.
But
And
I
then-
didn't do that because I didn't even think of that at the time.
Okay.
I mean, maybe moving forward, yes, but at the time, I've already had a rapport with Will. And
I just thought about the Christian. I think his name is Christian Keys,
Mhm.
and now he's saying, he's alleging that Tyler
That's-
Perry stole,
That's
a lot of, his information from one of his films or whatever. So I thought about that when I was thinking about your film.
Well, I
Like-
think Tyler got more involved in the Christian Keys show, All
Yeah.
the Queen's Men, which
Yeah.
it shows in season 2.
Yeah.
No shade, but I can tell.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother.
No, but I'm just saying that's what made me
Mhm.
think about this question that I wanted to ask.
Because
'cause
anybody
I
can
want
still
people-
take something and just.
Yeah.
It's still honestly, it's nothing really protects you full out unless they're taking it word for word. But you can still take something that
some
I
parts
did
of it.
and still create your own thing.
So-
That's nothing. That's like
So once
yeah.
you sent it to him, is
So
there a
once I
certain
sent
amount
it
of
to
time
him-
that you expect to get an answer
No,
back?
don't expect no time. That is because who are you? Who are you? You need me. I don't need you type thing.
Right.
So it's just kind of
Okay.
like but I'm letting you know for me, I didn't have nobody else in mind because nobody
I
else was
love
booking
that.
CC. Nobody else was booking CC for real. So
Okay.
I was always it was a no-brainer to go through Will regardless because I had already worked with him and have a rapport.
Okay.
Send it to him. He told me, he said, hey, I'm going to try to I gave it to him like in November.
Okay.
Like December-ish. He read it faster than he thought because I remember him being, hey, I'm at this part.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to finish it up like by the New Year.
Okay.
He finished it up that day because
wow.
I could tell he got to the end. So it was so good. So therefore, boom, we want to this is what we want to do. We want to put the money behind it. Either you can sell it off where you don't have no ties to it. That I'm not.
So they will give you an
that's
option.
the option.
Okay.
I'm not. So here's the thing. You
I love
guys.
that.
This is where I will say to creators, this is where you got to make your decision. If I'm with let's say a smaller production company type of thing, if it's nothing to you, remember I was saying earlier, I don't have time to sit there and write scripts and just be selling it off to people because that's my brainchild and no. But if this company makes money like that, I'm gonna present it. I'm not gonna just sell it off either though. I don't need the money like that.
Okay.
Some people do, but I still think if it's worth it, you sell it off for what, $5,000 when they want to make like a bunch load of money. That doesn't make sense. So no, that's why you see me as the executive producer.
Okay.
So that's why you see my name, Will So it says written by Cecily and then Will. Will, because he revised it. My script was a little long, so he had to cut some things down.
Okay.
If he just reworked a scene or two or something like that, but then you'll see screenplay. That's because I presented the whole thing is mine.
Okay.
So the boatload of the story is me. Even with the changes, 97% of the script is on me. But
Okay.
you, like I said before, I had to make a decision. Is it serious? Even when
Yeah.
it came down to the big changes, it was a conversation. And I'm being completely honest. This is a transparency.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wait, I wish I would have known that's what you're going with it because, you know, but this is me learning too.
Yeah.
They
This your
don't
first film.
They can still do whatever. So even with me may not liking some of the changes, the bigger part of it is the production is going to be great.
Yeah.
The sound, the visual.
It was all
It's under
five
the
out of
umbrella
five.
of other movies that were successful too.
Mhm.
So you got to just think of it in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That was the bigger picture.
Yeah.
My first film, a lot of people can't say that. Out of all the things that I've been through, now getting booked,
A1 quality.
having somebody, imagine me sitting on this movie and you have a producer, a writer who's trying to get you to audition to be you. He wrote a character after you and he wants you to come to a casting call to audition to be you. He wants you to jump through hoops for crumbs. Imagine me sitting on all this heat and you got somebody disrespecting you like that. That's the type of disrespect that I had endured in this industry. So when I go and make a movie better than your whole damn catalog and a lot of people that didn't book me and I can stand on that, that's important to me because a lot of people can't say their first movie was this big of a production.
Okay.
And then what you do, you learn, and then you even with, and I'm gonna give it to Will because even with us being in production, Will was letting me know his movie Switch, which is actually in rotation again.
Mhm.
He let me know like, hey, we didn't even have a big budget for this. And you can still make a good movie. So you just know you don't have to have the biggest budget,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of things that goes into making a movie. But certain sacrifices are worth being made.
I love
so
it.
that way you can do more later down the line. And that's what I would say. You just got to make the decisions best for you.
What was two of your most memorable moments on the set?
Let me see. First of all, the cabin scene was fun.
Okay.
When we were all together.
Who was that boy named? That man named Magic Mike.
Hell yeah, Tyler.
Oh
Shout out
God, when
to
he
Ty.
walked
He
to
in
the
the chat.
door,
I saw
I
him in
was
the
like,
comments.
"Woo, Jesus!"
Listen, he was fun. So let me say, first of all, we was all, can I say this? We was lit.
Yes.
We was lit there. It was so authentic. I love that scene because we were in it. I'm talking, we were in it in the
Yeah.
scene. A lot of times when I say that, the real gonna understand that. But sometimes when you acting, some people you just be acting.
Mhm.
No, like when I say we were the characters and we were in it, and even when we had of course you got to get everybody takes, everybody's, but it was fun. So, and also because I love that, granted, Denzel line, I didn't write this line. So
When
he
ad-libbed?
said, that's like a minute a month. First of all, go back. You gonna hear and see me laugh. That was authentic as hell because that line was hilarious. But like a lot of
was
the other
crazy.
jokes, I love that people laughed that
3
I wrote.
months?
Okay, so I tried longer than that, girl. Okay,
Ladies, don't
but
do it.
that was
No, I'm
the
just-
funny. But
Now, I
we
can't
were,
say that because I'm like years in,
listen,
and I ain't
but
had,
if
but
we
I don't
in
have a man.
relationship, exactly,
But I don't
that's
have a man.
difference.
Okay.
But we
Carry
were
on.
just it was just a real conversation, and that was something I wanted to capture when we were like when I was writing it
Yeah.
because it does give you that why did I get married? That's not
Yeah.
by that's
Yeah.
that makes, when you get with your friends, it don't just come out and say, girl, y'all, I ain't doing it. It has to naturally flow.
Mhm.
And it's just like, oh, she drinking, so she trying to be in shady.
But no, but you
That's
know what? But
real.
it also showed that there was a safe place. In the
Mhm.
midst of all y'all toxicity, there was a safe place that she was able to say that
Mhm.
in front of her friends.
Because that goes to show that how that gives the history of the relationship.
Yeah.
That gives, I was just looking at the comment. That gives the history of the relationship and how that's why
But
that
all the
was one of
faces
my,
of everybody when she said it.
that was
like,
fun. What's another fun scene that was most memorable? My favorite thing on the set was listening to people talk about the characters like as if we're not even shooting the movie.
Okay.
Because it offers, do you know how many deep dive discussions that can still be had, but that are being had? I'm walking through and I'm listening to back and debate or whatever. That makes me happy. So those were like my favorite moments. On the
What
set.
were some of the two unexpected surprises during filming? Because I hear a lot of actors and actresses talk about some stuff that was unexpected. I remember one, and I'm gonna always support all of you guys as much as I can. But listening to, I think, Tia Black when she was
Shout out to
filming,
Tia.
was it Scream? What is it? The one with the lady from foster care and drugs and stuff like that.
I don't see a lot of the Tubi movies,
Okay,
y'all.
so
Not
it
even
was one of those movies. I want to
But I didn't see
say
that one,
Scream
though.
or something, but they were shooting in an alley because she was a crackhead or something like that, and some real crackheads came up and they were trying to tell them, you know, they're shooting, and they was still interested in what the hell you doing back here, you know, and they trying to
Yeah.
get the crackheads off the set. I almost pissed my pants laughing so hard when she was telling me about that. So what are some of the unexpected scenes that happened when you guys
You know what? We all of our sets we didn't deal with the public, so
Okay.
we didn't have to deal with any of that, or like anything like that. I don't know if I want to say if there was necessarily any unexpected moments.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it was just a lot of times where we were in the scenes, we were just like really in it. Like when me and Xavier worked together, we have a ball each time.
Okay.
Had a ball with him stabbing me in the back. Had a ball with playing the old lady. We like if people move, hell, we actually ad-lib most of our scenes anyway. So like with us, it's very fun. But I can't really think of anything unexpected. My goddaughter, though, I will say, she was very disturbed with the storyline because on the set, she realized that she's supposed to have two daddies because she listening to who the guy Matt was.
Yeah.
And we just filmed her scenes with her dad. And so she was just like, wait a minute. And she asking me, she said, so how? So I'm explaining it to her because I talked to her like she's older. Like she's like me. She said, why would you write this?
Ooh.
And she said, what's wrong with you, TT? I said, I don't know, life, you know.
How was y'all relationship? The whole cast. How was y'all relationship on set, and how was your relationship after, you know, production?
So most people I knew. I already knew Sev. Me and Sev played my boo on Captured.
Okay.
And he's the first person to put me in the studio for my first song. So if y'all check me out, I became a rapper for a second, like 2022.
Now you got some bars now. I don't think people,
and they be playing with me.
know that about you. You got some bars.
Because Sev is a rapper as well. So he's at the beginning of my song. It's something you can find on my page. But so I already had a
Give us a line. Give us a line, CC.
I ain't got it out the mud, bitch. I got it out of glitter. Bitches thought they killed my self-esteem, but they ain't put the chicken. Okay, no, don't get me started. But no, so I already had a relationship.
If I had
with him.
did that to someone else, they would be like, wait a minute, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Because
So
if
you
you
have
stay
to be
ready, you
ready.
have to be ready. I'm gonna preach that a little
Yes.
later. That's gonna be like an image.
Yes.
I definitely want to get into that. That's important. So I'm gonna come
Yes.
back to that line.
Okay,
But-
so go ahead.
So I already knew Xavier clearly.
Mhm.
I didn't know Matt. Matt, first of all, Matt said he could relate to this character. I was concerned.
Okay.
I said, and he said I was like, what's your sign? He was like, I'm a Cancer. I was like, yeah, Derek is a Cancer. I written it after a Cancer because I know a little bit about cancers, but so I didn't know him. And so, but I met with Ebony right before, so that was new for me.
So that was your first time meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so because we had lunch, we had like tacos right before. Because my whole thing, anybody I didn't know, I wanted to have a conversation with them and just make sure they understand. I want to see where they saw the character and give them any input and just see where they at with it. So that was cool.
Can I say something real quick before you go to the next person? I have watched this young lady in the last several years. I didn't know anything about her, Ebony, and I absolutely love her acting skills.
I watched her in
totally
Mother May I.
I don't expect anything less than her being cast somewhere in Hollywood.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't.
And she
see
gives that
her-
90s vibe with her shortcut. Like she gives that like aura. So like that's what I love about the movie too, because
But I
everybody
see her
look
going
different.
so far.
Yeah, she definitely
Because she's
can.
that great.
I love this character for her. Like she really, like I honestly, my favorite scene probably out the movie, the spot scene was fun, but I like her and Veronica's scene where she realized that she did it exactly the way I needed her to do it, the way I wrote it, the way I saw it fit, right?
Now the 90s vibes, the young lady, Brittany, what role did she play? Chanel.
Oh, baby, that's my baby. So I actually wrote, fun fact, I wrote Toya for Brittany.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, I didn't have, but she was still in it. She was able to be Denisha.
Okay.
But clearly, I'm going for that. Like I knew whoever in my mind was going to have that slender, like type of build and be able
They
to
almost
give
look
that.
alike.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So they have different styles, but it's still I get when Will, he already had a relationship with Ebony or whatever, so that's what he wanted, and I didn't mind that, but he also was like, hey, but we can get your girl in here. I started off with Brittany, so that was a no-brainer, and Brittany's going to be in so much more. She's a dope-ass actress. Shout out to Brittany Chanel. So that's kind of where how that came about. But yeah, so but yeah, I pretty much knew majority. I didn't know LaToya, so I met her for the first time on the set, but she was really sweet. She gave me a really huge compliment because she works on Hollywood sets. She's from LA.
Wow.
So she was telling me about like these writing classes she took, and she was giving me like things that she learned. So I was like, oh girl, I want to take that class because I've never taken a writing class. She was just like, no, I'm letting you know, like the things that I learned, that's your script. You already doing that. So I'm just like, oh, because I didn't take classes. I just know what I want to see. And I just know how. I'm not just a writer. I'm also like directing. I'm also visualizing.
You can visualize it. Yeah.
I could get in that bag. But anyway, but for the most part, I knew it for the most part, a majority of the people. But it was just really good on the set. We had a really good time. It felt good. Like I just had a good time. Like we really, I mean, first of all, me and Xavier, we're gonna fool anyway. Our characters was fun because let me say something. I wasn't gonna be
All
Kelsey.
the characters was fun.
I never thought about being Kelsey. Ever. I looked for Xavier to be Derek in my mind. And then when I couldn't be the Veronica, he was like, you can be any other female. I was going to be Tina because I wanted to do the dramatic stuff because I never get to showcase that side.
Tina's role wouldn't have fit you.
But
Kelsey was right on.
I was thinking about it in a sense of, I don't want to show my range.
Okay.
But then as time went on, because we didn't talk about who I was going to be for like a year.
Okay.
So then as time went on, I was like, I'm going to be Toya because she's all through the movie and I want to make sure I'm seen because it's my shit. Yeah. So then I was like, yeah, y'all, because I'm going to be Toya. Howard was like, no, you Kelsey. I said, who? I said, because I'm going to tell you something. It didn't even cross my mind a little bit to be Kelsey. I said, wait a minute, what happened? Your personality. And that's what he was saying.
The bigness of your personality, you couldn't have been anybody but
I got
Kelsey.
to play a bitch. And that was like something I never got a chance to do. And it was fun.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then Xavier being Trey, it worked.
Although I would have liked to see Kelsey more. Yes. Because Kelsey brought a twist and a certain level of energy to this film.
Thank you.
So I pray that when you guys go back to the drawing board, that Kelsey shines a little bit more.
Well, we're going to get, that's why
she really has a big personality.
I want people to go back to the the plot twist that's in the film. You really got to listen to that dialogue. There is something that is said in that conversation.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
I don't want to give it away.
When they was in the living room?
In the car.
In the car. Okay.
The big twist.
Okay.
That conversation is very important.
Okay.
And it's left, the reason why you don't know much, but that's you have to come up with your own. Yeah. But something that somebody say in there that lets you know that this is more than what y'all think it is. So she has way more story to tell, and that could be told in part 2. We got to tell the rise of everything. But yeah. So
I got one more question, and then we're going to kind of wind down. We're going to kind of move away from the film, and I just have a few personal questions for you. How did you manage the logistics of the filming, especially if it involved like the different scenes and stuff like that?
Like as far as how, like writing it or shooting it?
Shooting it.
Let me make sure I'm answering this. Like, so what do you mean? Like, how did we figure out where we was going to be, or how did I figure out how things were going to look?
Yep, how it was going to look, how it was going to pan out.
So let me see if I'm going to answer this question correctly. So for me, writing it, I already had, I put action scenes in it. Like, this is supposed to be this is so, because I already have an idea. So for the most part, everything, but that's really handled with the director.
Okay.
And stuff. They'll look at the scenes and then they'll figure out what shots they have. So they'll figure out that. But I gave the direction. I knew we wanted to be a vacation. So hey, the production made sure we had a vacation house. Now, granted, Jordan and Veronica was in the jacuzzi. They were supposed to be on the beach, but we had no beach. But you know what I'm saying? So they know where I was going for in it. And then that's the production's job to.
In a minute or less, what do you hope the takeaway for the viewer should be?
I want you to be able to see either yourself or somebody that you know in it. I want people to understand that there's more to just making decisions. Like, even with guys, no matter how hurt I am, I understand that a lot of the hurt that is put onto me comes from somebody hurt that was put onto them.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that. I want people to I want it to be, somebody said something interesting. This their bar, not mine. They said, what about your friends? It's not just entertainment, it's a mirror.
Yeah.
And this is what represents us today. So we have our classics, but whether you guys like it or not, and people say there's more to the Black experience, because one of my friends did say that, it is more. But this is my Black experience.
Yeah.
This is what it is. You got, and you could tell everybody's living really good in this movie. So I want to show, we don't have to tell you that we living good. You could just see it. But we have other issues at play here. I want people to get into therapy. I want self-awareness. I want people to just really get into the communication of everything.
What are some of the conversations that you want men and women to have?
Stop gaslighting so your ass don't end up on a show snapped. That's where I'm at with it. Like, stop playing. Like, it's just, because I don't know where we are. I'm living this with everybody right now. I don't know the state of like relationships anymore. So this is what it is. When you see that scene with Derek and his secretary and that girl in that car, that's happening. That's real. I work at the plant. So I definitely want people to be able to just relate and know to when to get out. I want them to see them. I hope y'all can see something in here where it's make a decision, make a change.
The first time you saw it on the big screen, what was your emotion?
I didn't see it on the big screen, and I will.
Okay.
I want to have a watch party because I do think it deserves. I want to see it big. But my first time seeing it was actually on a computer screen, and it was in the office.
No, we got to rent out a theater.
I want to. That's the goal.
And just do it.
That's the goal. I do. But my first time seeing it, I'm in there. It was just me and Will. I have videos. I think I'm gonna post like one of the things because I'm watching like this. I said, "Who wrote this shit?" And then Will was like, "Yo, crazy ass." I'm in there watching it. Like,
did you cry?
It's not mine. I'm gonna tell you the first time I cried. I cried a couple of weeks ago. Okay. I cried because I found a whole bunch of comments and videos. I didn't know that What About Your Friends was being talked about the way it was being talked about. It's on Twitter. People making videos, but then if you put it in the search bar, What About Your Friends? Because somebody told me to do it. I didn't even know. And the algorithm
on
picks
Facebook
up
or on Google?
Facebook. If you type in What About Your Friends, Tubi movie, the algorithm picks up on the wording, and you'll see a whole bunch of posts about it. You'll see my stuff too, but a lot of people. And it was just the abundance. I told you I made up comments of people watching something. Like, I know how hard it took me to get here. And it's still like me feeling like I'm the underdog, me not having my moment, me not getting support. A lot of my peers ain't even said shit about the damn movie, but it's cool. But it's like me finally having that.
So is that part of their contract? Because I know I've learned something that I didn't know. When Monique was going through her little spat with, Oprah and Lee Daniels and all that.
Like promoting?
Yeah.
They don't have to, no. You don't have to promote, but I mean.
But no, is that something that should go in the contract? Because if you're in a movie, why would you not want to promote the movie that you're
put it like
part
this,
of?
To segue a little bit, I would say if you somebody that's looking to have like somebody that's named, well known, I will add that to the contract of them to make sure that they do promote, because what's the point of having you in here if you're not going to push it yourself? But it is mine and I'm pushing it, so that's why why I gotta
producers,
think on TikTok.
I think that should be one of the top questions that you ask these people at interviews or what do they call it? Auditions. Are you willing to promote, the project? But I don't rock with people like that. But how you gonna be in something and not promote it?
That's true. But here's the thing: even if they promote it one time, though, it's not
free.
It's not really on them to really even. It's on it's not necessarily, even without them doing it though. If your movie is able to sustain like the visibility that it is, that's why we're featured on Tubi. It went from being, let me tell you something. It went from being we have to pay for it on Amazon, transition into being free with subscription. That's huge. I just learned that like recently. I'm still learning things, but it's streaming now because it was getting so much attention. So it's like, honestly, the work will speak for itself.
In a movie, I don't care if I'm walking past the screen. I'm gonna be promoting it like I'm just like the lead actors. Every time y'all open up my page, y'all gonna be seeing.
I've seen movies
because I want people to see like what I've done.
Everybody hasn't even promoted What About Your Friends? Like there's other people that I know that's been in projects that haven't even promoted it at all. But I mean, and it's fine.
Wow.
It is. Okay. It is what it is. Here's the thing. Like when I say my peers, I mean like even people in the acting community. Yeah. A lot of my peers who are supposed to be who I've done projects for free ain't said shit.
Does that hurt you as a producer and a writer?
It only hurts in a sense of, damn, I remember our previous conversations. I remember being with you. I remember supporting you. Or, hey, how about when it looked like I didn't have anything going on? Some of those people were, oh, I got you. Are you good? Or giving me advice or whatever, and keep going. And then when I produce something amazing, I knew that was going to happen anyway because the trailer was so amazing.
But even if it wasn't amazing, because you're a friend,
anything
because
I do
you're
is going to be amazing. That's what you got to know.
But I'm just talking about on a general thing, whether it's amazing or it's just your friend or your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you? I don't get that kind of stuff.
To answer your question though, does it bother me? I would be lying if I say I wasn't a little bothered, but not in a sense where it's consuming me.
Okay.
It comes from a place of, before I even got here, I didn't understand what the issue was or why I wasn't being included, or I'm there, but it's just not working, right?
Okay.
So, or even with the things I did, I didn't get a lot of support from some of the stuff I did before. So it's just like damn, that's natural though, right? But at the same time, it's just like, okay, when I go off and do my own thing, when it comes to people that I actually personally with, this was probably the first thing that I've done where I know for a fact that everybody that I know was all in. Maybe it's because, one, I wrote it, but two, I think it's because it really did look great and people were interested in what it was. So you can't just let it get to you. Of course, it's going to bother you a little bit because it's just like Detroit, we have the biggest independent market. We're doing things. So it's kind of like.
And you guys really,
you would think
independent films, Detroit is what set Tubi on the market.
Right. But
we didn't know nothing about Tubi that much until Detroit stepped in on the scene.
We did. And, but you know how that is. Black people make everything hot. We make everything hot and then they go off. UPN did and went off to CW, got around all the black shows.
But
they did with WB, we do it all the time.
But what I want to say to you, and I want to say to all of the producers, executive producers, the writers, anybody that's behind the scene, it has to come to a time and a place where you guys get together. And if nobody else support you, you support each other.
That's a Detroit thing.
I know, but we got to break that curse.
I talked to my grandma recently.
We got to break that curse.
My grandma's from the South, but she lived in New York. I'm from New York too. But she's been back and forth. But she said it to me the other day, like Detroit is the one place where it was different, where people are just so negative, or it's so hard. I'm not saying that nobody else in the world have groups where they're not supportive, but it is something and that's just not in film. That's a Detroit thing.
It's a curse that has to be broken.
So
but it's each and every one of you have to break that curse. You have to really speak to yourself and say, I'm going to make the extra effort to make sure that I'm promoting my I'm gonna call y'all coworkers, that I'm promoting my coworker stuff that's coming out. I'm gonna make the effort because you got to give what you want to receive.
Well, so here's the thing, and also it just depends on who you are as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I don't know what some issues are. I've been told something. Like somebody told me I walk in the room and think I'm better than everybody, but
why shouldn't you?
But that was actually 2 minutes after they told me that they were better than me at everything. So I thought that was kind of weird that they transitioned to telling me how I think.
Now, when I walk in the room, I listen.
I need people to understand that
I have arrived.
We are in the business where I don't like the word humble.
Should we not think like that? But when you walk in the room, you should.
I mean, because I'm never going to think that you're better than me. But also, I'm not walking in the room with energy that I am.
But it's not an arrogancy.
It's not like hey, I'm here, I'm better than y'all. That's not that. But if that's what you get from me, I can't help what it feel like. Because
that's more on them.
You're projecting.
Yes.
So this is what I have to say. I think it's more being great is not the problem. Knowing you're great is the problem.
Yeah.
How dare you know that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, to me, y'all are my peers. Y'all not below. Y'all not above. We are here. We all go to work, or we're all in the business. That's what it is.
All trying to make it.
I don't know what the issue is, and guess what? It's not even my mystery to solve.
Yeah.
I just know I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. So I pivot, and the thing is, I like to be around people who I'm inspired by, because I thrive off of inspiration. So if I'm not being inspired, I'm going to remove myself, and I did that. And everybody that's doing something in Detroit, No matter if y'all with each other or not, but you're doing your own thing, I commend everybody that's doing something.
Yes.
And power to you, because it's not, on one hand, I did think like, is this even a big deal? Because when you're in it, you're looking like, well, everybody named mama on Tubi. But at the same time,
It's a big deal.
even if it's not the greatest movie, you still got it on the platform. You still got it done.
It's a big deal whether you're the producer, the executive producer, the writer, the actor, the actress, you working behind the scene. It's a big deal.
And I
don't let nobody take that shine.
And nobody
from
had.
you.
And
No, I'm not talking about.
but
you,
yeah, I
I'm talking
know.
about to
But
all of
I
you
had to
guys.
have a conversation with myself like that, because
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is a big deal, because also they put all
Celebrate
this money behind something that I came up with. So for me, everybody doing their own thing, and I'm gonna do mine. We just wasn't. It wasn't meant to be. And do they have to support, or whoever the ones that's going to support? The people are supporting.
Yeah.
That's all that matters,
Yeah.
and that's what you got to learn. Focus on you. You have to be your own biggest supporter.
Mhm.
When I kept saying, I came out one time last year, and that was to say, "What About Your Friends" is going to be the best movie to drop in 2025, and I meant that, and I said that, and I was saying
Spoken
that.
into existence.
That's one of the What About Your Friends is not one of, I'm gonna stand on it, I'll die on this hill, and I don't care what anybody have to say. It's the best movie to come out on Tubi. I said what I said, and for multiple reasons though, right?
Yeah.
But if you got a movie on Tubi, you're supposed to think that
You
about
supposed to think
yourself,
that.
and
You
that doesn't mean that your
absolutely-
movie ain't the shit. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
So it's just like we're in a business where
It's CC
it's
dating.
about us.
Okay.
You're an actor. It's about
Is
you.
CC dating?
What happened,
Are you dating?
girl?
Do you got a boo?
I'm always single.
You always
I don't have a boo. I don't have anything going on. I thought I was in love last year. That turned out to be a lie.
Okay.
Y'all got about 3 movies coming out of that situation. So you guys should be happy, because I'm a sacrificial lamb.
Oh, so you're gonna be like a Taylor Swift in the movie industry.
What About Your Friends? The reason why it's so good is because I went through a lot of stuff. So I didn't realize a lot of people were concerned with my mind.
Uh-huh.
Cause they like,
Okay,
girl,
we gotta move on.
I
now.
know, but I'm just saying, like, put like this. No, I'm not. But dating is the reason why y'all get good content.
Your favorite cold cereal,
Honey Nut Cheerios.
favorite hot cereal.
Hot cereal?
Yeah, girl.
I don't even know what that is.
You like Farina? You got cream of wheat? You got
I like
grits?
Oh, okay, oatmeal with condensed
Oatmeal?
milk. Cause that's what made
With
my cheeks
condensed
fat.
milk.
That's what made my cheeks fat when I was a baby.
What was the last place you went out to eat?
I just had the food truck tacos from the food truck.
You and these tacos. What is with
I
you
do,
and
and
these
if it's in a
tacos?
restaurant, it probably would have been Yard House.
Yard
I'm probably
House?
gonna go today.
Okay. So give us, y'all, we're about to end. CC.
I thought I talked too much. I'm long-winded. I'm working
I
on it.
know, and but I want to hear it. I'm excited when people tell their story.
I'm so
You know,
passionate
I
about it.
am excited, but I also have to be mindful that my producer probably be looking at me like, girl, if you don't tell that girl to wrap
I
it
know.
up.
So
He
I got
didn't
yellow-
say that,
But
guys,
look, if
but
you
I'm
would have
just
did like
saying.
this, I would have knew what it was. I'd be
Exactly.
knowing the times. I'd be looking at my like, okay, let me hurry up.
Tell us what you want us to walk away, and some inspiring words for up and coming producers, executive writers, and all of that.
If you are granted another 24 hours, that is another day for you to push forward with anything that you want to do. It doesn't matter how long it takes, even if it's been taking years, you need to be ready. What we said earlier, remember I told you I was going to bring it back around because I'm a storyteller. This is what I do.
If you stay ready, you don't
If
have to
stay
get
ready,
ready.
you don't have to get ready. I always talk. Now I don't know what's going on with Will Smith in the news right now, child. But he's always been my guy daddy in my head. But I'm gonna tell you something with the book. What I learned is you have to stay ready because you be prepared no matter what. So never stop like working on your craft. Anything that you want to do, anything that you thought about doing as a kid, if you can't do it, that's it. Just do it. That's it. Like Nike said, it's so simple. Just do it and don't care what nobody's saying. Be your biggest cheerleader.
We are in a new series. So listen, Detroit Table Talk is opened up to even you. If you have a movie, if you have a new project, if you're just an artist and you want to come sit at the table, we usually have a bigger table, but right now we just got the side table. But if you want to come sit at the table, you want to discuss what you are doing, your new project, what you're doing in the community, come to Detroit Table Talk. Hit me up, send me an inbox. We would love to have you. Now, I'm going to ask the hard questions. So, be ready. I love you guys.
And fight for yourself. when nobody
Fight
else
for
does.
yourself. Fight for yourself. Don't forget, visit www.detroittabletalk.com. www.detroittabletalk.com. Get your book. I have 3 books. I have a 4th book that's going to be released this year.
Oh, come on, I gotta talk to you, girl.
So I have a book, Covenant Relationships, Understanding What God Desires for You. Life happens, how God sustained you. And I have a children's book on autism. Let's Be Friends. So listen, we have to support each other. And if you can't buy it, if you don't have the money, share some of it. Share this show. I need everybody that's watching to share it on your page, because we have to start pushing each other, especially with what's going on in this country. We can support all those other people, but we need to support people that we rub arms with, who we can see every day, who we have the opportunity to pick up the phone and call.
Support is free.
Support is free on no matter what level you choose to do it. Okay? I love you here at Detroit Table Talk. My producer, super producer, Rico, love you. Do you, Rico? Sometimes.
Shout out to my mama.
We love you
my mama
guys.
doing heavy promotion.
Shout out
In
to
the
CC
Ubers.
Mother for doing listen. Ain't nothing like a mother's love.
Child, that lady be driving me crazy. But let me tell you something. My mama out here, she got all the flyers. She the one that's over there.
Did you bring me some flyers?
I got some in the car.
Okay, because I need to put stuff on.
Mama
people's
out here
cars.
doing.
Listen,
She having a
I
ball
work-
being
I
my
work for
mama.
you guys. I'll be out there putting stuff on people's cars.
I appreciate everybody that's supporting, talking about it, and recommending it to everybody.
And
That's how we keep it in rotation.
You know who else is a good supporter? And I must say this, because this young man promotes any and everybody. Sean P. Williams.
Shout out to Sean Williams for
Shout
sure.
out to Sean. If you have ever produced a movie, if you ever did a comedy show, if you went out and you said you wanted to sing, if you just said you wanted to be a professional dog walker, Sean is gonna promote you.
Sean sent me a song, and I ain't forgot, Sean. You probably forgot, but you sent me something that you told me I should redo. And don't think that it ain't. Sean is a.
Shout
I
out
mess
to
with.
Sean.
Shout out to Sean.
Sean, we love you. And why I'm saying shout out to Sean, he is doing a what do you call it?
I be at work,
GoFundMe.
y'all.
That's what it's called. A GoFundMe. I couldn't
For
think
what?
of it. He's doing a GoFundMe so he can release another project.
Okay.
Y'all go on Sean P. Williams' page and hit that GoFundMe. Send something. Well, listen,
See,
with the
I
way
be at
that
work. I
he
didn't
produced
even know
all you
that.
Negroes and nigglets, y'all should be the first people that go over there and drop some money in his GoFundMe.
I didn't even know that. I'm glad you said. See, I be at work. Y'all. I
Yeah.
first should get CC out the punch. So please stream the movie because we got to get.
Please, because she got to get
That
out
ain't no
of the
place for me.
plant
That's good
because
to know. I
she
didn't know
got
that.
to continue writing because we got
sleepy,
to everything that's inside of her. We got to get it on pen and paper. The
If y'all
Bible
want
says,
part 2,
write
child,
the vision and make it plain, and that's what
Tell
she's
me
doing.
I was
CC,
okay.
thank you for coming to Detroit
Thank you
Table
for
Talk.
having me.
We love all you guys for stopping in, for leaving a comment. Thank you, Rhea, for calling in. Raw but Real is on Mondays at 6 o'clock. Every Monday at 6 o'clock, you can go to Raw but Real. You can go to Podcastic. You can catch her on all platforms, YouTube, and subscribe to
TikTok.
my YouTube. Okay? And TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube, Detroit Table Talk across the board. Please. Thank you. I'm out of here.